Alrighty, time to make another video, just because. Man, that flash is bright, it's driving me nuts. But anyway, I'm going to title this video, God is Vegan, most likely. I was thinking between that and, Your God Doesn't Exist. I'm not entirely religious. My kind of theory is, creation is way too ridiculous to explain. Whether you have the Big Bang Theory or whether you have religion, you know, God created everything. Well, what created God? The Big Bang Theory, atoms, all came together and exploded. Well, what created those atoms? It's crazy to think, to really truly try and grasp the concept of something at some point came out of nothing. Like, that's nuts, to me, at least. Maybe other people are just okay with that, but to me, when I sit down and think about us existing, anyone, any living being existing, just anything existing in general, even a fucking rock, it's crazy that something came out of nothing at some point, which defies any logic that anyone can have, regardless of what you believe. And anyone that wants to, argue that, knock yourself out. But to me, something being created out of nothing just doesn't make any sense to anyone. I really wouldn't think, but I just think, most people don't really think about it. So anyway, basically the reason I'm making this video is it's about religious people. And like I said, I'm not religious, I'm not religious, which was kind of that tangent I just went on before, like 6 seconds ago, because I'm just, like I said, it's too difficult, it's too impossible, just live the best you can, and if there's a God at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to be a big enough prick to be like, well, you didn't believe in me, but you lived a really moral life, I'm not going to let you into heaven. I think he'll be like, I get your point, I'm logical. I like to think God would be logical, which is why I was kind of going to call it, which is the title, God is Vegan / Your God Doesn't Exist, because regardless of what people want to claim the Bible says, or what anyone wants to claim they say, this, that, or everything says, the entire concept of religion is just so arrogant to me to say that there is this all-powerful, all-amazing, super mega being, like Superman times 1,000, if not more than that, times infinity, this being that could do all, see all, know all, and then you as a human being at his mercy and your tiny little nothingness, because that's kind of the religious thing, is he's amazing and we're pieces of shit, and we offer everything to him. To say at the same time, this might get confusing, but try and follow me. To say at the same time as, God's all those things, and then at the same token be like, but I understand exactly what he wants. The arrogance to say that you understand the most amazing super being in the world and everything he wants is just fucking asinine, and like I said, just so conceited and arrogant that it's just stupid. It's just stupid to make that claim. Delicious. But anyway, the reason I'm going off on this is because trust me, I know I babble a lot in all my videos, but it's gonna lead into something. So the reason I'm saying God is vegan, and I had to segue with that. He could do pretty much anything he wanted. If you're religious, you believe he created everything. You could still believe in evolution. I think I don't see why you can't believe in both. Science and religion, I think, could kind of come together and mingle a little bit on certain things, kind of compromise. But anyway, so you're saying he could have created anything in the world. Anything in the world. He started, God was there, he's just like, nothing. I'm going to make stuff. I'm just going to make stuff. Okay, first of all, why would he only put life on Earth? That makes no sense. But that has nothing to do with this video. But anyway, so he's just going to make stuff. Make whatever he wants. So basically, if you're religious and you're not vegan, I'm saying your God doesn't exist as well, because your God's a fucking cunt. I mean, if you believe in the God that would create, he could have created anything. Anything for us to eat. Anything in the world. He could have made, he created these sentient beings that could feel, love and hate. I don't know if they really hate. Animals seem way nicer than human beings, but I'm sure they hate. But, love, hate, fear, hope, despair. I mean, and you could make the argument they don't feel those things. Look at if you have any common sense, you could look in an animal's eyes, look at their face, and tell what they're feeling, or how they're, to some extent. I mean, they don't talk in the same sense that we do, but you can tell there are emotions there. And like I said, if you don't believe there's emotions there, then you're just kill yourself, because you're a fucking asshole and you're ruining the planet, and your existence is just fucking everyone else's world up. But anyway, so get rid of that population, okay, of people that are just completely just stupid fucking assholes with no common sense. Those aren't the people I'm trying to appeal to. But, the religious person that also has kind of a brain, because you can be religious and I think be intelligent and have some common sense. Okay, so take that person. That's who I'm talking to right now. The religious person who isn't just a fucking Westboro Baptist Church dick sucker. So basically, God could have created anything. And the reason I'm saying your God is a cunt is because he went out of his way, according to religious people that think eating meat is okay, to create beings that can feel pain and sorrow and horror and all those bad things simply so we can do that to them, to eat them. I mean, this is why I had to segue, because this sounds stupid and I understand that. God created anything. He could have created fucking chicken wing trees if he could have created anything. Pluck off a chicken wing, various flavors, and just eat it. No pain, no suffering, no sorrow. Kind of like just picking an apple off a fucking tree. He could have done that. A God that's not a piece of shit and wants you to eat meat would have done that. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? So to say, that's why I'm saying like God is vegan. If you have any common sense, God's vegan. God would not want you to harm the creatures he created and cause all this pain and all this suffering, all this murder, just because. Like it doesn't make any sense if you logically think about your God, the God you would like to look up to, and the God I'd like to look up to. Like I said, I'm 50-50 on it. If you want to believe in God, that's cool. If you want to believe in just science, that's cool. I mean, whatever, it is what it is. But I'm saying, if you believe in a God, why would you want to believe in a God that's a cocksucker? You know what I mean? Why would you want to believe in a God that says, let me create these beings that can feel this horror and this pain and this horribleness? If you don't believe me, watch any kind of video at a slaughterhouse. These animals are terrified. They know what's going to happen. They smell the death. They see the death. They're horrified and they're just, it's just horrible what's happening to them. But anyway, so why would you want to believe? Why could you even believe in a God that wants that for the creatures he created? Okay? And the way I look at it is this. If there's a heaven, a hell, a God, or not, or it's a darkness when you die, I mean, whatever, who cares? I guess a lot of people care because it's an eternity, so it's kind of important. But you know what I mean? As of right now, you can't prove anything, so what's the big deal? You know, the way I look at it, what if God, you know, because in my eyes, I got to segue again before I keep going, and hopefully I don't lose my train of thought. We're gods on this planet. And I don't mean that in a sacrilegious way, like I could shoot lightning bolts out of my fucking dick and stuff like that. Because God probably can. But anyway, I mean like in a sense, I'm different than other vegans, I think, in a sense that I don't believe animals are equal to us. I believe we're superior. We are. I mean, you could argue we're not, but I mean, pain is pain, suffering, suffering. You know, I'm superior to a retarded person, I would think as well, intelligence-wise at least. But again, I wouldn't harm them because superiority doesn't equal, you know, just doing what the fuck you want to them. But why would I want to harm anybody if I don't have to? If they don't have any threat to me, why would I want to harm them? So anyway, what the fuck? But anyway, so, you know, so when you die, right, we're gods on this planet in a sense that we could do whatever the fuck we want, and we do. So you can't even argue that. You know, we're more powerful, more superior to pretty much all the animals with our technology and all that stuff. So when you die, and God's like, why do you deserve mercy? You showed no mercy to animals that I put on this planet. You showed no compassion. All you cared about was, you know, your taste buds and your this and your that and your other things. And this could apply to more than just being vegan, to not, you know, helping out with charities, to not donating money, to trying to, you know, minimize your harm. I mean, I think, like I said, God has common sense. He understands if you live, whether you're a human, a fucking ant, or anything, you're fucking up someone else's universe. You can't live without fucking someone else's shit up. That's just how it is. It doesn't matter what you are. You're helping and you're hurting. But human race got to the point where we're just fucking hurting. We're just fucking everybody's shit up. We're not helping anything. But anyway, so if God looks at you and he says, why do you deserve mercy? Why should I let you in heaven when you showed no mercy and no kind of selflessness throughout your entire life? Why do you deserve it? Why that the tide has turned? Should I be the better, you know, well, person, but he's not, he's God, but the better being? And you're just probably going to sit there and be like, because of stuff? Like, you know what I mean? And that's not why I'm vegan. I'm saying on a religious perspective, you know, that's how I personally think it should be looked at, and that's how I look at it if there is a God. Like, if he asked me that question, I'd be like, I did what I could. Like, I donate money to this charity. I volunteer. I was vegan, not just for animals, but for the starving children that we feed their food to the factory farmed animals instead of, like, trying to help them out. You know, I think I could answer that question. I think I'd be all right. I'd be going through the pearly gates. But, you know, that's my take on it, common sense-wise. You know, if there's you know, a God that I want to believe in, like I said, I'm 50-50, maybe he's up there, maybe not. But the God I want to believe in, to summarize, wouldn't create animals simply so we could torture them. Like, he just wouldn't. It makes no sense. There was a blank slate in the beginning of it all, and God said, you know, I'm going to create stuff. He could have created anything. And like I said, the chicken wing tree is a ridiculous example. I understand that. But that's why I need to really segue, like, nothing existed. So, I mean, if we just lived our whole lives and there were chicken wing trees, it wouldn't be ridiculous. Like, he could have literally created anything. He could still create anything. Now, if he created chicken wing trees, people would be like, what the fuck? Because we're so used to the way things are. But in the beginning of time, you know, you get used to the way things are. It's kind of like if I go to a different country and they have certain things, I'm like, what the fuck? You know? But if you grew up in that country, you're normal with it. So if he just made steak and chicken wing trees and everything from the start, without any suffering, without any pain, you just pick it, and then boom, boom, you're done. Then he could have. And he could have negated all this pain and suffering, all this bullshit he could have just done away with, and we could just live harmoniously with all things. And then it would be kind of weird, though, if like a chicken's flying around, but there's like chicken animal in a chicken wing tree. That would be a little odd. But you know what I mean? It's just an example. It's a metaphor. It could be an apple that tastes like steak. You know what I mean? He could have created anything. He could create apples that taste like steak and apples that taste like ranch dressing dipped chicken wings, you know? So that's my whole thing, is a God that I want to believe in. And if that God does exist, I mean, he's just a prick. Hopefully he's watching and he's like, yeah, I kind of fucked up. That was fucking stupid. But he's the all-knowing, all-wonderful being. He wouldn't do something stupid. He would do everything perfectly. So that's pretty much where I stand on God is vegan. If you have common sense, and the Bible, it's bullshit. The Bible was translated from like an archaic language by a bunch of different people, and it was like kind of like tossed down the line, interpretation. It was like the game of telephone, you know what I mean? Like you would play in 5th grade or 1st grade or kindergarten, where like one person will be like, I like Susie, and then by the time you get to the line, it's like, Susie's a rotten fucking cunt. Because that's just how it is. So like the Bible it's bullshit, and if you want to believe in it, that's fine, but it makes no sense to believe in something that's been interpreted 20 different ways. And I'm assuming the guy that wrote the Bible probably liked the way pigs and cows tasted. So he might have just thrown in there like, yeah, let's eat hoofed animals and stuff. That's cool. Or is that in the Bible or the Quran? I don't fucking know. Or is it in the Torah? I don't fucking know any of this stuff. Like I said, I base almost everything I do on common sense. And common sense tells you, if there's a God, he would be like, don't fucking eat the animals I created that feel pain and suffering. Eat the shit that doesn't suffer. And then if you want to make the whole, like I said, this is not for you if you want to make the whole plants have feelings too argument, because you're just a fucking retard. So you can go right in that little box with the people that are like, God is testing us with stuff and we're supposed to eat them because God said so. Like, all the people that don't want to hear common sense, get the fuck out of here. You can go with them if you want to go with the plants have feelings too argument. Shoot, done with you. But anyway, that's really it. That's what this entire video is about. Because it just drives me nuts when people are all religious, super religious, and they're just eating fucking animals, like not thinking twice about it. Like, people need to pull their heads out of their asses. That's just a broad statement in general. We've all been guilty of it. I've been guilty of it. I'm still probably guilty of it. You learn new stuff. If you don't admit your head's kind of up your ass, some people's farther than others, then you're not learning. You know, my head's up my ass with a lot of stuff. You know, some stuff I'm knowledgeable about, some stuff I'm not. But if you don't want to admit that, you know, your head's kind of up there a little bit, and then you want to kind of broaden it, you want to get it out. You want to gradually, by the time you get old, as you get older, it gradually like kind of nudges its way out of your asshole. And if that's not your goal, if you don't genuinely want to learn and be a better person, then you're wasting everyone's fucking time by being on this planet. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish by being here, but stop. Stop being here. No one likes it. You're just fucking up everyone's universe. And I think that's it. That's my video for today about God and whether he's vegan or not, or whether we're supposed to eat animals or whether we're not supposed to eat animals, because you see fucking nuts quote the Bible all the time about it, and they're just fucking stupid. Anyway, that is all. Thanks for watching.